capital of the world. These come from York County, Pennsylvania, is that right?
Absolutely.
It's good to have you back, Philip Given. Nice to see you, sir.
It's great to be here.
A pleasure to have you here. And you've brought a taste of Pennsylvania with you.
Always.
Always. This is extraordinary. These pretzels are gigantic. They're 10 ounces and you get 10 of them. These are amazing. Now, I see salt on these, but you include a packet of salt. But if we don't want the salt, we don't have to have it, right?
As much or as little salt as you want to put on these pretzels. And David, these are the biggest pretzels that we make. Look at these guys right here. Look at how soft on the inside, crispy on the outside.
There it is.
This is our monster-sized soft pretzel, David.
You told me once that you can tell who rolled what pretzel just by looking at it.
You know, I was with the bakers this morning. I spent some time in the bakery, and they make fun of me so much for saying that on air, but it is true, and it is my favorite part of these pretzels. Every pretzel is twisted by hand.
Every pretzel is twisted by hand. Every pretzel is remarkable because you can choose either the cheese dip or the honey mustard dip.
And that's the only
choice.
choice
Both are
you
famous
can
in
make.
your part of Pennsylvania.
Yes, absolutely. And you know, the mustard, our sweet hot honey mustard, comes from Pennsylvania, about an hour from where we are. And then of course the cheese comes from Wisconsin. We know pretzels, we know mustard, we don't know cheese here in central Pennsylvania, so we went straight to the source and got some aged cheddar. And it's always the most popular.
And you're getting 10 of these 10-ounce pretzels. These are not small pretzels. When these arrive, do they ship ambient?
Yeah, so let me show you.
Now, ambient is a fancy word for room temperature.
Room temperature, right. So they ship in this box here, and what does this box say on it, David? It says, with love from York. So right from pretzel country, and then so close you can taste it. You know, my favorite part of this box is actually on the bottom. Flip it over. If you're on this side, you're on the wrong side. You want to open it from this side.
Open it from the pretzel side.
When you open that box, you're going to get this set of instructions.
Yes,
it says freeze immediately, because you're right. We don't have a freezer in our facility. These are baked and shipped the same day. So when they arrive to your house within 2 days, they arrive fresh.
Now, this is the packet of salt. Now, your pretzels are going to come with no salt on them. If you want to add salt, paint them with a little water and sprinkle these on before you warm them in the oven. What I might do is paint them with some melted butter.
Yep, I would recommend melted butter, and then you're absolutely right. 400 degrees in your oven. You can also use the air fryer. The air fryer produces a beautiful,
nice, crispy,
crisp on the outside, and you really want to heat these until they are hot. You want them screaming hot to get that beautiful, soft
And I
interior.
understand these are hot.
They are very hot.
And I love mustard, so I'm gonna go for this honey mustard that would you say is kind of indigenous to your part of Pennsylvania.
You know, the cheese always outsells the mustard. That's just a fact of life. But if you are sitting at home and you've ordered our pretzels before, I am challenging you. Please try this honey mustard. It is my favorite component, and it is perfect for these monster pretzels.
It is sweet, it is hot, it is delicious.
Perfect texture, too.
If you are a mustard lover as I am, you might take that and smear it on a sandwich. I mean, come on.
Well, and can we talk about how versatile these giant pretzels are? You can see here we've got a little bit of a start of a favorite dip. This might be a spinach and artichoke dip with a little bit of cheese. You can also do a crab pretzel. You can do a pizza pretzel.
Full of buffalo chicken dip.
Oh, please.
And then blue cheese.
I want that right now.
And then maybe some blue cheese dressing to dip it in. Big Bite, did you want some pretzels?
I was just casually standing off to the side here.
Pretzels, sir?
I've never had these pretzels.
There you go.
For me.
For you.
All right, now,
Well,
Stephen's not a native Pennsylvanian, nor am I, although I've lived in Pennsylvania now longer than I've lived in North Carolina, which is where I'm from. Pretzels, as you know, are a staple in PA. These are from the pretzel capital of the world.
Serious pretzels happening out of here.
And these are soft pretzels. These are big as your head pretzels.
Truly, look at this.
They
It's
are.
humongous.
You know, I have a big giant head, and these
giant
monster
pretzel.
pretzels still are as big as my head.
All right.
All right, now, that's the cheese option.
Definitely.
And what about that cheese option, Mike? Most popular is the cheese option, and most limited now is the cheese.
Yep.
How's that cheese?
Fantastic.
Straight from Wisconsin.
And straight from Wisconsin, the cheese capital of the world. So for the pretzel capital of the world, we went to the cheese capital of the world. And when I say we, I mean he. This is extraordinary. And then the sweet, hot mustard is also a nice big bite because this is kind of indigenous to Pennsylvania.
Okay.
If you're a mustard lover as I am, I think you're
love
gonna
mustard.
And it's a nice mix of sweet and hot. You get both flavors.
Wow. That's delicious mustard.
The mustard, you know, it's hard to come across on camera just how good that mustard is, but especially with these pretzels, when they get that crisp exterior, soft interior.
And that soft, mushy interior.
Yep.
Mushy being a very important culinary term.
You know, while we have this close up, let me show you my favorite part of these pretzels.
Please.
It's really, we call them the legs here in pretzel country. So these little crispy arms here, or legs here of the pretzel, if I just snap that right off, that piece right there is my favorite component of that.
Is that part you dip?
I'm gonna.
This goes straight into the dip. Yep. So I'm
right.
going to go right to the cheddar. And that, when we talk about the individual bakers,
I'm going to snap
that's
off
how
the
I
other
know.
leg
Snap
and
off
because
the
I want to
legs.
try the cheese. I haven't
Snap
tried
the
the
legs.
cheese. What do you think there, Steve-O?
First of all, the pretzel's delicious all on its own, which speaks volumes for the pretzel itself.
Right.
Perfectly crisp and lovely on the outside, delicious and soft on the inside. Could you even perhaps maybe rub this with some cinnamon and sugar?
Yeah, so you know what I was going to say is we've got the kids at home all summer, right? If you've got 2 kids sitting at home, these monster pretzels, 5 minutes in the air fryer, this is a perfect lunchtime snack for your kids. You're absolutely right, Steve. You can, again, they arrive unsalted. So you're going to get this salt packet. You're going to get this salt packet right here with your box of monster pretzels. But if you're not a salt fan, rub a little bit of butter on them, put them in the oven for a few minutes, then go straight to the dipping.
Now, you can buy cinnamon sugar in the market.
You can buy cinnamon sugar
In
the
the spice aisle. You can buy cinnamon sugar already pre-mixed.
Yep.
Right.
So you can just sprinkle out until your heart's content.
And I'll give you my recipe for cinnamon sugar. We've been baking pretzels since 2014 in York, Pennsylvania. 3 parts white sugar, 1 part cinnamon. You've got a perfect cinnamon sugar for these pretzels right here.
600 sets of pretzels are gone. And price and easy pay will both expire end of day today.
Fantastic.
That's why you want to get these now. And Philip, when we get these at home, if we're not going to eat them right away, we should freeze them, yes?
Absolutely, yeah. So they arrive ambient, again, not frozen, never frozen. We don't have a freezer in our facility, and we should have some B-roll if we want to see a little bit of the bakery back in York. But yeah,
Fantastic.
so here we go. Yeah, so flour, water, salt, yeast, brown sugar, and canola oil. Super simple ingredient. We mix 100 pounds of dough at a time in that mixer right there. And then again, each
Here's
pretzel
the wrapping
is
or
hand
the
twisted.
Wow, look
The
at that.
twisted.
That's
Twisted.
cool.
You know, we produce between 5 and 15,000 pretzels every single day. Every single day, and each pretzel is twisted by hand before it goes into a 465
And Philip
degree
can
oven.
tell you just by looking at the pretzel who wrapped it.
It's
You're
true.
kidding me.
No, it's true.
How many
Well,
employees do you have?
So now we're up to about 20 full-time employees.
Very cool.
And yeah, you know, the difference between each of these pretzels, if we hold up a couple, right?
Yeah.
No pretzel is exactly the same because I don't have
mine.
robots back in York, right? Like we've got, Steve's done some
Steve-O's
damage.
all
to his.
eaten up.
Mine's a little less now.
So we've got real bakers twisting these with love. And then, you know, all week, David, it's been have it made here in York. So there's been factory tours all across York. We've
Right.
welcomed people into our bakery.
Sure.
And the best thing that I have to tell people is that it is an absolute honor to ship these to all 50 states. And QVC has been a huge part of our success.
Well, I mean, think about it. We're shipping the taste of Pennsylvania all over the country.
Yep.
Sure.
So this is an opportunity for you to enjoy. I mean, when you first moved to take a job here at QVC, it's kind of a rite of passage to have a soft pretzel.
Oh, yeah.
Because when we have employee events where we feed the employees, you know, food and we bring in snacks, they always bring in a big box of soft pretzels.
It's pretzels.
It's tradition.
It's pretzels.
It's tradition. I mean, if you're going to go to a professional ball game in the city of brotherly love, or you're going to have a pretzel.
Oh, sure.
But, you know, you can get a pretzel at a grocery store. You can get a pretzel at a ball field. You cannot get this pretzel.
You can't get this pretzel.
You absolutely cannot.
This is from York County, Pennsylvania, and they call it the pretzel capital of the world.
Okay.
This
I see
is
why.
extraordinary. These are never frozen until you freeze them.
Yep.
And they're good in the freezer for how long?
3 months.
3
They're not
months.
going to last that long. They get eaten way quicker than that 3-month time limit. And you know what? We're on QVC pretty often now. We want to see you back. We thank you all so much for your support.
Now, I don't believe there's auto delivery on this. Is that right, Mike? There is not auto delivery. So if you are deciding to pick these up, these are baked to order.
Fantastic.
Get yours while you can, but the price and easy pay will expire end of day. Philip Given, what a pleasure, sir, to have you back.
Nice
Thank
to
you.
meet you.
Appreciate it.
Fantastic.
Please tell
So
everyone at your
delicious.
factory how much we appreciate
Oh,
that.
I will.
Oh, that's fantastic. All right, I'm going to head over to this.